Yeah.
Hey everybody, here again, another one. Check out Unreasonable Crashouts number 3 by Waves. Off rip, the thumbnail syndrome gotta be up there. Bro got told no once as a child and murdered about a good 20 or so people. He dedicated his life to doing that. Just think about that. He dedicated his life because he was told, I don't need your help. Mind you, you almost got killed the same day you offered help. If you didn't take that bomb off your suit to begin with. What child goes into a building with active explosives to do his interview? You could have chosen any better time to do that, but you chose it during an active robbery to try and triumph being Robin. Nasty work, but hey, let's just get into this.
In any confrontation between two people, there's a lot of different ways to go ahead and resolve the issue. Either both people just start apologizing, get to hugging, and become best friends again. You might just decide to part ways and never be cool with each other again. Or my favorite one, you get to scrapple with him and punch him in the face! Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since the last time I've spoken about any Crashouts. And no, I haven't forgotten about anything. I just want to diversify. You know what I'm saying? Just be able to talk about anything and everything. So you man can enjoy a lot more of my videos. And so I can jump to talk about more things I'm passionate about. But for today, we're going to dive back into speaking about some more unreasonable Crashouts. People who bugged out their babies over the most pettiest shit. Guys whose whole objectives were to enslave entire universes. But for some reason, they're only doing that to get at somebody. Or they're just butthurt about a bagel and are about to destroy the universe. The moral is, they're just weird as hell. So let me not waste any more time and get to my first conviction. And the man I'm here to bring to the stand is the main villain of the Ninja Turtles, the Shredder. Now, as cool as Shredder is,
are we talking about Shredder in general?
The guy is a hater. Like, if I had to write a list of people who are some of the biggest haters in history, he's definitely top 3. He's right up there with these two. Now, to be a lot more specific, I'm gonna be referring only to the peak villain that is the 2012 Shredder from Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I think the lengths that he went to was definitely an unjustifiable crash out. The reasoning for said crash out is not as unjustifiable. Just not to the lengths of what he did to enact his said vengeance, okay? His own brother stole his wife and had a kid with her. Not only that, he found out that his family that he grew up with murdered his actual birth family.
Yeah,
it makes
he knows
sense
more about the lore than I do.
But to cost humanity itself to kill the man you hated the most is absurd levels of hating.
This Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This narcissistic, this conniving, this evil man is one of the pettiest villains of the decade. Everything he did against the Turtles, every evil alliance he formed, all the hatred he had personally against Master Splinter was fueled by the weakest motivation I've ever seen somebody have. So to help you guys understand how much of a menace this guy is, we're gonna have to go back to his origin and see how he became such a flipping villain. So long ago in Japan, the Foot Clan got their asses washed by the Hamato Clan. I'm saying that they got their shit jumped and the village raided, they got robbed. And in the aftermath of this entire battle, the leader of the Hamato Clan, Hamato Yuta, adopted a baby from the Foot Clan and raised him as his own. And his name was Oroku Saki, aka the Shredder. And the leader of the Hamato Clan also had a son that he raised alongside Oroku Saki, who was a man named Hamato Yoshi, aka Master Splinter. And these two grew up as siblings, training with one another, eating, sleeping, the whole shebang. But at the same time, they were also rivals, competing against one another to see who the better skilled warrior was. But the most important thing here was their bond to one another. They were so close, they were raised as brothers, and no brothers would turn on each other. They would stay loyal and dedicated to the clan until the very end. And then a woman came along. And you see, these two had a fallout over a goal. Tang-Shen was Hamato Yoshi's wife.
The ending of all friendships.
But for some reason, she messed with Saki before that. Damn, brothers, what the hell are you doing? You're trifling. I also blame Yoshi as well. Because with how obsessed Saki was with Tang-Shen, I'm assuming here that he was with her first. So how have you gone ahead to go marry and have a kid by the lady that dumps your adopted brother? That's sick, man. And so,
like, you see what I mean? It is like
it's kind of justified.
His anger is justified, but going to the lengths of revenge that he went with is beyond psychotic. Let's be honest here. This man was in Japan and got a news and was somehow watching the news of New York, a country that he's not even from, watching the news And this man drove all the way. He flew all the way there.
Did you really say drive?
No, I almost said no. He flew from Japan
you drive all over the ocean.
No. He flew from Japan to New York just because of a hunch Splinter was there. Mind you, he could have flown there for nothing at all, and he chose to do it just for the hope of running the fade. That's absurd levels of hatred.
Yeah.
Mind you, you thought he died in that house fire. That means he held on to this hatred for so long, he hoped that he was alive to kill him himself.
That's true hatred.
Once he figured out he might be alive, he said, I gotta put him down for real. That's absurd levels of hatred. To want to kill someone you thought was already dead and still hold on to that same hatred 20-something years, dang near later, is absurd.
Saki was still trying to get back with Shen even though she was married. Let it go, man. So in that conversation, Saki tried to convince Tang Shen to drop Yoshi because of his commitment to the Hamato clan, saying that he'll never leave them and he'd always stay loyal in the ways of being a ninja. And Yoshi saw the entire conversation. This guy really tried to sabotage him and go for his wife. You're his brother. This isn't even about bro code no more. That's just straight up disgusting. Right after this, Yoshi and Saki get to sparring, literally just glazing Shen in the process. She messed around with both of you. What are you doing? So with this new rage he had toward Yoshi, Saki went into investigating, digging, and finding out the truth that he is the descendant of Oroku Kaiji, the last leader of the Foot Clan, and has now decided to take revenge on the Hamato clan after what they did to his father years ago. Yeah, that's some bullshit. This is definitely about Tang Shen, bro. You ain't fooling me. So the Ninja Turtles go on to scaring the people who sided with Saki while he goes to take revenge on Yoshi. These two get to fighting and eventually the dojo they're in starts burning mid-battle. With Saki's whole motive here definitely is to try and kill his own brother. With the building catching even more fire, Shen starts running toward it. Human shields in front of Yoshi and just gets her shit sliced by Saki. I'm saying it was like, shit, he stole that nigga's soul. And devastated by his own action, Saki tries running towards Shen but gets hit by a beam on fire which just mashes up his entire face. With him dashing outside to find baby
turned into Darth Vader is
and then
insane
decides
work.
to adopt her, changing her name
and
to
stole
Karai.
the child.
And this, ladies and gentlemen,
and you know what? All things considered, kidnapping the baby, he thought he was already dead. So taking the daughter, a daughter that was somehow just outside, let's be honest, she was just outside. So I feel like any man with enough morals would take a baby that's defenseless, that has nowhere else to go. Granted, because he also killed his adopted dad as well. So at that point, he just took his niece, quote unquote niece. So, hey, I guess game is game. Honestly.
It's just the beginning of the generational hate Saki
Did you
had
really
toward
say
Yoshi.
game is
We fast forward to the present now, and on the news they're talking about sightings of ninjas in New York, alongside a picture of a shuriken with the Hamato clan symbol on it. And conveniently, Saki was watching the news. But now he is no longer Saki. He is now the Shredder. And with no hesitation after he sees this, he jumped straight to his private jet and went all the way to New York to confirm any suspicions he had of ninjas being there. And when he came to New York, this nigga was playing no games. In his first confrontation with the Ninja Turtles, he whooped the life out of these men. He soloed them on a 4v1, he beat their asses, and was about to finish Leonardo off until he got caught off guard by Zeva and Bradford's mutations, and then they disappeared. But bro, he whooped the Turtles so bad they started dreaming about the guy. It's crazy. And the type
actually, that wasn't their dream. That was Splinter's dream. He saw his sons come back after fighting the Shredder and had nightmares about his sons getting murdered by this man. That's a father for you. Yeah, honestly.
Shredder had on people was just insane. Bradford became a whole mutant dog creature. He could probably beat Shredder in a fight with his new build. The guy's a human.
No, he can't.
He was out here just bowing to this man, moving like a complete bitch. Shredder had so many people shook, it's mad. And as the series goes on, we see him commit some of the most evil shit just to get
single-handedly. I'd be scared too.
When the Krang start to invade Earth, Karai kidnaps April under Shredder's orders.
I like how it's
just
just low-key recapping the CJ video.
April's life is in
he
danger,
literally is just taking these exhibits
and he was out
and
here
everything.
working the Foot Clan soldiers and cleaned them up. Even Bradford and Zeva too with their asses. Then he made his way to April to save her, but it wasn't April. It was just a hologram. See, Shredder lured Splinter there, but he really gave April away to the Krang. And the Krang wanted April so they could terraform the planet. So it would have led to everyone dying, including Shredder, but he didn't care. He just wanted to run the thing with Yoshi. He's obsessed. And guess what? In that fight, he admitted it was over Tang Shen. Bro, it's been 15 years. Let it go. As these two just start talking crazy to one another, Shredder revealed that because Splinter stole Shen from him, He took his daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, let the record show that this man only took his daughter because of him not being able to get with Shen. This guy is petty as shit, man. After finding that out, Splinter beats the cheeks out of Shredder. He probably beat his ass, kicking him all the way to his throat, and made him look like he couldn't fight for shit. He got finessed.
I mean,
and as he's about to deal the final blow, Karai comes in and just saves this man's life. And while clashing, Splinter starts realizing that Karai was Miwa. And right in the man's face,
even then,
Shredder just goes ahead to say to Karai
to hate
that
me
rat
for something
killed
that
your
I
mother.
didn't do.
And oh my days, man, the deception, the betrayal, the manipulation here is top tier. How's he saying that knowing he murked Karai's mom is sick? He's a psycho, man. And you know something? He doesn't even like Karai. He neglected her so many times and really just wanted to use her to get revenge against Splinter. He didn't give two shits about her.
It's like when you this is like when you date the person that your crush liked, and you do it only to get back at them for rejecting you. Yeah. That's the type of pettiness this man exhibited from adopting this man.
Why does it just? That feels like a. It was Brian got with Quagmire's ex-girlfriend, and he got with Brian's ex-girlfriend out of petty.
Yes. Quite literally.
And the evidence I have behind this is gonna shock you, man, I swear. Now, as the show goes on, Karai eventually does some digging, investigating, to figure out the truth behind what happened to her mom and if what her father, Shredder, was saying was the truth. And she finally found out that Splinter is her real father, and the Shredder lied to her the entire time. So with this new revelation and reality Karai made, Shredder dashed her in prison. He didn't care that she found out the truth. He was too delusional with his hatred towards Splinter. He's selfish. He told her that he just couldn't let her be raised by him. What does that even mean, bro? What does that have to do with you? That's sick. The Turtles then break Karai out of the prison Shredder put her in and finally get her back to Master Splinter, with their family finally reunited. But you see, my friends, this was Shredder's plan all along. He wanted Karai to go back to Splinter because he knew that she eventually would come back to seek revenge. And then she tried. But she couldn't do shit. She was hitting literal air when she was fighting Shredder. He was hitting that Sonic Sway flawlessly. He was weaving. So with him easily defeating Karai, he put her as bait, dangling over a giant mutagen test tube to lure Splinter and the Turtles to him.
This gets me so mad every single time. Look what he does. And then look what he says.
Oh shit. This monster just used his self-proclaimed daughter to lure his enemy to his death, but instead got her mutated. He's evil, man. He's evil. Not only is he evil, he's delusional, man. He's tapped. Because how is it that he's upset Karai got mutated? Bitch, you put her in that position in the first place. And then he started getting mad at Splinter. Whose man's is this, bro? You can't be serious. Even before Karai got mutated.
Dang, he didn't say it. I was gonna... Okay, so basically... This man pointed at him and said, "You did this. You quite literally hung her over a pit of mutagen in the first place with a very thin chain that looked like it was made just to hold someone in basic prison cuffs."
Why does that feel like when an Avengers where Loki looks at Thor and it's like, "You made me do this. This is all
Mind you,
like,
you jumped.
What did I do?
You jumped over that pit of mutagen to stop someone from getting her out of that same position, and you ended up cutting the chain.
That's on you.
The levels of mental gymnastics this man does is absolutely absurd.
Tiger Claw was not on board with this shit. He told the man he was tripping.
Dude, when the top assassin is telling you this is too much, that's when you know you're going insane.
No, that's when you're way above crossing the line.
Claw said he was tweaking. He must be
Mind you, he does most of your job for the love of the game.
Recently, I just started realizing more.
Tiger Claw was dang near Shredder's battle beast, and he said you're out of line. Well, let's be so for real. Tiger Claw was this man's battle beast, low-key, and he said you're going too far. If you really think about Tiger Claw as a character, there's a correlation there. You can't deny that.
I know.
He's doing this fighting for the love of the game.
He's not right in the head. And you know what? He's not even done here. This guy's vendetta against Splinter is astronomical.
Please mention the black hole.
He then finds Karai again and mind controls her with a worm Baxter Stockman made. And then gets her to just start finessing the Turtles, poisoning them. But this isn't even the worst thing he did. The most heinous act he had in season 3 was in the last few episodes. An alien race called the Triceratons were making their way to Earth to destroy the planet.
Day, this is
absurd. They've been beefing their crank for millions of years, fighting over another dimension. And then just press that they couldn't get. They're still mad. So while everyone is doing their part, taking out the crank and getting ready to beat the Triceratons, Splinter went over to Shredder's lair to...
Huh?
Because the crank froze their planet.
Yeah, to get it back, get it back in blood. But why Earth, though? Can't you go to their daggone home and them yourselves?
Well, maybe because that's where the majority of them live, and their only solution is to bring a scourge, and we're sorry.
And I guess they want to do with the Earth so bad that I guess if you take their prized planet away, they'll get butthurt about it. But at
Yeah.
the expense of our lives, though, like, do we mean nothing to you in this? I guess a small price to pay for our get back, 80 billion bodies. Even though back in 2012 it was probably still like 7 billion something bodies, but still.
Did you say 80?
No, I said 8. I mean,
Oh,
maybe
I said 80. Like, how many
maybe I
people do
said
you think
it.
are on the
No,
planet?
8 billion bodies for the cause of get back. Think about that. I mean, it was what, season 3? That probably was like 2014, 15, something around that. That's probably when the Earth still had about a good 7 bill something left, and you offed all of them
Was it
for the
over
sake of your
Funko
get
Pop?
back.
Wait,
Hmm?
if they froze my Funko Pops, I would kill all of them too.
Could you do anything though?
I could.
This is a bloodlusted ginger, a beast like never before.
Yes,
convince
it's
him
not
to
an
fight alongside him
addiction.
to save the planet.
Wow.
And for some reason, Shredder actually agreed and decided to fight alongside his brother once more. But this alliance was temporary. As the bomb the Triceratops put down was about to go off, Splinter starts pacing toward it in a final moment to save the planet. And then Shredder just sneaks Splinter. He killed him when he was trying to save the world. This man is petty. He killed him over saving his own life and everyone else's. He sacrificed everything just to stab this guy. There's nothing to say. He's obsessed. And yet again, Tiger Claw can't believe he did this shit. Tiger Claw. Oh my days, Shredder's a sellout, man. He has no honor. And he comes from a ninja clan. He's like,
quite literally, Tiger Claw should have just shot him. He has guns. Shoot that man. What do you think he was gonna do?
Run up and hug?
Shoot him. Honestly, he deserved, like, shoot him in the leg. Or just shoot him in the head. Something. Shoot him in the arm. But I don't know. Maybe he didn't know what was happening because they were being overran. But still, come on now.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Absurd. But even as a kid, I was like, why would you do this? What do you gain from doing this?
Oh man, he sucks. This man is so delusional, he'd believe his whole life that Hamato Yoshi caused everything bad to come to him.
That's why he takes up half the video.
Mutated, the flipping apocalypse, I don't know, everything. When every time, it's just him messing up. I don't get it. He'd rather the world get sucked into a black hole than just accept the fact that he's wrong. He's just a weirdo. And you think finally with the Earth getting finessed that he's finally done.
No.
Now he's back again, bro. So after the Ninja Turtles travel back in time and save the planet, instead of getting killed by the Shredder, Splinter grabs his arm and kicks him away from him, which leads to a final battle between these two and the Shredder getting pieced up. I'm talking about he got knocked out, man. He's done here. It was so bad, he got put on life support. He was finished. But then something outrageous
came back a monster.
Happened. He became a monster. Shredder ordered Baxter to inject him with a new mutagen formula, which gives him Wolverine claws and straight up put blades across his body like he was Pinhead. And now he's become the Super Shredder. And this guy,
bruh, this is stinkmeter levels of using hatred to keep yourself alive. This man will refuse to die unless Splinter is dead as well. That's absurd levels of insane hatred to have.
All over a girl.
Yeah, so, dude, this is why I personally hate hating people. I can't do it. When I hate someone, you don't understand. I can't sleep right. I don't feel like I can eat right. My stomach is in a constant sensation of knots. My brain is on fire. How to this day I'll never get how someone can truly hold hatred for people in their hearts. I get it. You're mad. But if I feel like I'm having food poisoning over hating someone, I can't do it. I don't care if the hatred is deserved. I can't do it. I've forgiven every person in my life that's done me wrong, even though I never asked for an apology. Because I can't do it. Okay? That's just me. And I get it. People deserve hatred. People deserve to never be forgiven. But at the same time, I am not poisoning myself. Grace has to be somewhere.
I was about to say you're welcome.
Shut up, Julian. Dang well you were a hater for somebody. You got people on your list. And even then, I don't even know how y'all do it, bro.
I only have... Wait, do I?
I don't know. We probably don't think about it.
I don't think there's some people I truly hate.
But even the people that we quote unquote really should, like the people that you read in the history books and all that, what the heck do I have to be mad for? All that stuff's gone and over with now. We're in the present, not the past. We're moving forward. I get it. I'm not just accepting what that happened, but at the same time, I'm not getting mad at someone that's already 6 feet in a grave.
Wait, no, there was this Futurama skit where you said we're moving forward, and I was like, this guy thought time was a circle, and said he could meet Shakespeare if he went far enough into the future.
No, I can't do it. If someone's gone, let them be gone. I'm not gonna hold on to hatred for someone that's been gone and out of here. It's just absurd at that point.
Well, okay, if they did, okay, I understand why some people might hate people, but and I understand that, but if they didn't affect me in a way like they've been dead for like centuries, I don't have a strong feeling.
Yeah, and granted, it's still messed up what they did when they were still here, but I feel like I can't just use the reason of, oh, they did X, X, Y, so I should still hate them. They're gone. There's no reason to hold hatred anymore for anything there's no reason to hold it anymore. They're out of here. They've been out of here. What the heck? You're gonna go to someone's dead grave to kick it farther down and just hate it even more?
Jojo,
at that point you need therapy. You need Jojo, actual psychological help.
Jojo, I know exactly what I'm doing at your funeral.
Shut up, Julian. I did nothing to
I was gonna put an Infinity Gauntlet in your casket.
Oh, in that case, by all means.
And this guy wasted no time and went straight to the business.
Did you steal my gauntlet and put it in the grave with me after you decided to give it back?
He dropped Karai and captured her, made Splinter look at photos to torture him, and started walking through a tunnel, Blades running across it like he's a final boss.
You know what, if I die before you, I'm gonna put it in my will to give it to you, just so you'll stop,
like it was for a fighting game, and they both fall down the sewers. And bro, look at his hand. Man, the mutagen made this man
dude, I'm not gonna be able to fit in my grave if you fill that thing with Funko Pops.
And guess what, mutagen then goes back out to beat the crap out of everyone to go get Karai. And he doesn't even care about Karai anymore. He was about to kill her, even saying, I'm about to end your life the way I killed your mom. He's gone mad here, he's psycho. Everyone then splits up to find the Super Shredder, with him and Splinter having a final one-on-one. But unfortunately, Splinter died in this fight. And this genuinely was one of the saddest moments in the show. He gutted him and just dashed him off the building. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it when I first saw it. I was crying at this, bro. It was so real. So after witnessing this murder, the Turtles start plotting their revenge. With them, April and Casey getting into some sick black fits. They stormed the mansion, finessed all of his goons, and Leonardo finally defeated the Shredder once and for all, ending his reign of terror. This version of Shredder was one of the most evil villains of all time. He deluded himself into believing Hamato Yoshi completely ruined his life. From being with Shen, to finessing his clan, to even kidnapping his brother's daughter, saying that she was his own. He's sick in the head. I've never seen someone so passionate to kill someone over a gun, and it's crazy. He became a whole big-ass mutant creature to come kill him. That's a very dedicated individual, I'm not gonna lie. This man is front line and center one of the most unreasonable Crashouts of the decade. He's so psychotic, I had to speak about him for this long, because that's how much shit he's done. He's insane. Get him out, man, he's evil. Now to my next character, I'm jumping on to speaking about Syndrome from The Incredibles.
Yes.
And before I start even talking about Syndrome, wait, hold on, no, I go.
This is quite literally the biggest temper tantrum of all time.
It's like if, what's the word for it? A sidekick basically that wanted to be a sidekick, but the hero was like, no, I'm good. And the sidekick was like, I can do it, and was causing more danger than it was helping. And
Dude, this is quite literally, this is quite literally your kid asking you to help you when your job is to go to an oil rig. Your job almost gets you or someone else killed if you do one thing wrong. And he wants to help you because I have determination. And you told him no. So he proceeds to kill all of your coworkers and your boss of the job that you worked at. That's basically what he did, and then wants to end your life as well. Just because you told him no.
Just out of spite.
Like, how old is Syndrome? Look up how long between him being Buddy and him being Syndrome is. Because mind you, that man went from being a kid to a grown man. And still held on to so much of that in his heart. Like, going from like I get it. You somehow feel betrayed by your idol, whatever. Why does that mean you end all heroes' lives? Were they not? I mean, granted, some of the heroes that they had were not the best of people.
Oh, 15 years.
This man spent that long.
This man was 25.
And built quite literally the most dangerous thing of that era to kill superheroes just for the chance of becoming the hero himself. He literally could just he literally could just spent that time becoming a hero himself without being the sidekick. He could have skipped the Robin arc and went straight to Nightwing. Think about that. He could have skipped the Robin stuff and went straight to Nightwing, but he didn't. He quite literally had a zero energy gravity gun that could lift anything with a point of a finger and chose to murder people because he was rejected once. Mind you, you could have picked anywhere else to give that sales pitch rather than an armed robbery in the middle of night. Come on. You could have done that when he was out saving cats from trees. No, wait, I remember. He broke into his car before that. I forgot. He's broke into his car for his he just doesn't have that dude doesn't have any social cues. He does not know how to he does not know how to present himself. He broke into this man's car to present his offer, and then later on goes into an armed robbery to present an offer. I mean, I get it. You don't know where the man lives, and you kind of have to catch him on the job to tell him anything. But at the same time, literally just try to find him when they're doing like I don't know. Do they have superhero events in fictional worlds? I know they have a Sark Expo in Marvel. Don't they got something back then? Where you can talk to heroes? They have events for heroes back then in the Incredibles world. You could have done this any other time, but you chose the worst time.
Actually, technically, this was like roughly the time when superheroes became outlawed.
Yeah, but even then, but that's the also thing. Superheroes were outlawed. He could have taken that as the dub of now no one can be superheroes. Ha 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 ha. No, he decided to go the extra mile and murder all of them. He was not going to stop until each and every one of them was gone. He kidnapped a baby to get his get back. He was going to murder his wife and kids because they just showed up trying to find him one day. No, he sent missiles. You remember those missiles that hit the plane? He sent those. He knew kids were on that plane. The only reason they made it out of there alive was because of their suits.
And all he did this was because a superhero rejected his offer when he was fighting for his life.
And was a child. Who the heck gets told no once and proceeds to do genocide of the superhuman race?
He was 10 and made that shit. Dude, invent superhero gadgets, literally.
You quite literally made the most dangerous thing of all time. The thing that could take any superhero out of the game by just increasingly work for the military. I know what era were they? They were like in the 1940s, 1960s. What war was going on? The Cold War? Whatever happened? All that stuff. You could have done something. If not anything for those wars going on. This man could have created technology to benefit society. He chose it to get his get back for 15 years. Absurd work. I'm sorry. I had to go on that rant because it is. When I got older, I really realized how stupid it was. Mind you, we go back and call Syndrome. Huh? Huh? What, did you read something?
The place in the 60s.
Yeah, Incredibles was in like the 60s. Like that, I think the beginning of the movie took place somewhere around like the 40s or something. The movie in present day takes place sometime in the 60s. I know they don't say that, but if you look at like Incredible stuff nowadays, it's like everyone just knows that now. Not everyone just knows that, but if you look into the lore, that it does take place back in the
1947. Here's the thing: how the f did? Why am I bringing logic into cartoon universes?
Exactly, that's the thing. But even then, it's just absurd. Crazy thing is, when I was a kid, I thought he was supposed to be like one of the best villains of all time. When I got older, I'm like, this is petty as all giving heck, bro. No sense.
What do you think about ba-da-da-ba? Ba-da-da-ba. And I'ma just cut to it. This guy was tripping. Syndrome's whole plan against Supers was so petty. His reasoning behind why he even became a villain was dumb. He didn't need to go ahead and become the big bad, but decided to anyway. When throughout his whole appearances in the movie, he never needed to be the bad guy. In short, he was just a hater. So to those of you confused about what the hell I'm talking about,
reason to really be a hater.
How Syndrome even became a villain. Before superheroes got banned, and people like Mr. Incredible were out here doing their due diligence, being good heroes, saving people, and cats, you know, doing the usual. Back then, Syndrome was just a kid named Buddy Patton. He was obsessed with Mr. Incredible. Like, he jumped in his car and started saying that his name was Incrediboy. He was geeking out like crazy here. Get the hell out the car, man. So Mr. Incredible goes back to doing his hero work and comes face to face with a villain named Bon Voyage. That name is terrible. Now, right before these two were about to get to fighting, Incrediboy pulls up and tries to convince Mr. Incredible that he's capable of being a hero too. They both get to arguing, with Buddy just assuming shit like Mr. Incredible doesn't want to work with him because he has no powers. So he tries to show him his rocket boots he invented by flying to the police.
Like, quite literally,
it's not the fact that you don't have powers, it's the fact that this guy has bombs and you're a kid.
He quite literally tried to pull the race card, but with superpowers. You don't think I can work with you because I'm black? No, it's because you can be shot instantly. He pulled the race card of superpowers.
He didn't want his own kids to be superheroes.
Yeah, he kind of did. Not out in the field, but he wanted them to, like, be heroes in training, obviously. Like, if he had his way with superheroes, he would have been training them to be superheroes. Or at the very least, help them to learn how to hone their abilities if they wanted to become heroes. Like, let's be so for real. If that was the case, he would want his family to learn how to defend themselves at least, or to protect the public. Because Bob was, I mean, I do know, like, back then, Elastigirl and Bob were, like, flipped in terms of their priorities. She was the one that wanted to be the hero and he wants to settle down. Then they kind of flipped in modern day. Which is kind of interesting, actually. But even then, like, come on now. It's stupid.
Then Bon Voyage put a bomb on him. So Mr. Incredible is holding on for his dear life,
and
trying to get the
his
bomb
life.
off Buddy midair, which lands on a track and blows it up. And there's a train coming. So Mr. Incredible does the Spider-Man and stops the train before it comes off the track. And you can tell this guy's pissed off, he's annoyed. So he snakes Buddy to the police and drives off to go get married to Elastigirl. Then shenanigans go down. Superheroes get banned. Mr. Incredible is working a depressing 9 to 5. Him and Elastigirl have a whole family now. Frozone is here. They do heroic stuff under the radar. Mr. Incredible gets fired, gets another job from the Raj, fights an Omni droid on a private island. Life is beautiful again. No capes and Syndrome.
Also, no, apparently that one was made for Frozone.
Yeah. That's why it went to the lava, because Frozone can't, like, freeze when in.
Isn't it kind of crazy just how much? It's kind of crazy just how when we get older, there's like a random movie that we pick from our childhood that just randomly gets a lore drop by all of the internet at once. It's just kind of funny how we get that every once in a while. Now it's The Incredibles, out of nowhere, mind you. A movie that came out more than 20 years ago. This came out before we were born, mind you. About like a year, but still. That's just nasty work.
Finally makes his appearance, and he was the mastermind behind all of this. He tricked Mr. Incredible into fighting his robots so they could adapt and get strong enough to smoke him in a fight. It was his plan the whole time. He made millions selling weapons and now built a robot strong enough to smoke supers.
He could have been the Tony Stark of this world, but chose not to.
Then he tries to kill Mr. Incredible, but he escaped in time and hid behind Gaze Beam's skeleton when a scanner came. So for all Syndrome knew at the time, he was dead. So Mr. Incredible takes advantage of this opportunity to go ahead and break into his facility to find out what he was up to. And you know, realizing this shit now, this guy was actually a problem in the movie. When he started looking through Project Kronos files on the supercomputer, he killed so many supers to get his robots working. He's mad.
When I was a kid, I didn't even know what was happening in the scene.
Unfortunately though, Mr. Incredible gets caught because his suit starts pinging off, and the rest of the Parr family go ahead to try and rescue him. And Syndrome, he don't rock with that. So he blew that plane up. Luckily though, nothing happened to Helen, Dash,
he knew
and
there were
Violet,
kids on board and chose to do it still.
Then frees Bob so he can get to his family, and then she got knocked out. And these men start scrapping all his workers, and then Syndrome comes and he starts revealing even more.
Elastigirl was trying to punch Bob too, but Bob dodged.
The casual weave is insane. She tried to get the 2 combo out of this, but even then, we didn't even done anything. It's Bob.
Yeah.
We didn't have done anything at all to hurt him. It might have, I guess, staggered him because he can take damage, but like obviously he is very indestructible.
Wait, have you ever seen the movie, the live action Alvin and the Chipmunks?
I've seen all of them multiple times. Why?
Yeah, apparently the guy who played Dave voices Syndrome.
Well, I know. I was crazy because like when I look at the Alvin and Chipmunk movies, that felt like a role that he was just there in. When I look back and watch his performance, he just felt like he was there to fulfill a role.
He was there for a paycheck.
Yeah, like honestly, David Cross, I feel like gave the much more entertaining performance. Ian, that is David Cross, right? Am I tripping?
Hold on, let me fact check you. Yeah, it was David Cross.
Yeah, but still though, like, now you're gonna shoot my family because you got beef with me. What does that have to do with them? Like, I'll never understand people that bring someone else's family into the mix because of beef you got with me. Shoot me before you shoot my kids. Like, what the heck sense does that make? Like, just get it over. Get over me and be done with. Then you can traumatize them with my death. I don't care. Just don't make me have to go through it. Jeez. But I don't know, bro. It's just the biggest temper tantrum of all time.
Perfect by killing all those supers just to play being a hero. And when he's old, he's gonna sell his inventions so everyone can be super.
They could have done that anyway.
No one will be. 10 out of 10 call right here, man. He was cooking.
Could have done all of that without taking out superheroes.
The Parr family get back to town. Mr. Incredible turns right. Frozone's here, and they finally defeat the robot by using itself to blow it up, with the day being saved. Yeah, Syndrome kidnapped Jack Jack, but he didn't know Jack Jack had powers. So he starts changing, putting him off balance, and Mr. Incredible dashes a whole car at him, causing the plane to blow up, and Syndrome getting dragged into a wind turbine, which got him killed. And that's the movie. Syndrome literally
like, bro, as a kid, I don't think I even watched Incredibles that much as a kid because I could never understand what was happening. Like, honestly, like, I think the movie I probably watched the most was between, like, Nemo and Cars. I feel like if you ask me nowadays, my favorite Pixar movie, OG one, is probably, like, Monsters, Inc. But even then, Incredibles was so hard for me to understand. And when I watched it as an adult, it's like, how the heck was I allowed to watch this? Because, mind you, I couldn't watch SpongeBob. But meanwhile, I see a man get shredded in a jet turbine, and that's okay, right? Tell me how that makes sense.
became a villain because he got rejected. It's the same thing as the Shredder.
Mind you, Incredibles has much more worth adult jokes than SpongeBob.
Because Mr. Incredible wouldn't take him up on being his sidekick. And instead of using his talents and his inventions to become the next Iron Man, he just went ahead and murked their people. To prove what? He thought he was going to be an adaptable robot he created when he literally got pieced up in less than 5 seconds. He was obsessed with proving to people that he can be as super as somebody with powers. And we know this, man. Crazy man, them like Batman and Iron Man. He could have still became a hero, but instead of that, the rejection just fueled his resentment, and he became a straight up hater. But I ain't gonna lie though, Miss Incredible find his out, bro. She find his out, and now we have
no reason to say that. There was no build up to him saying that. But is he wrong though?
No.
No, he is not.
He's the final person I'll be bringing to the stand. And this individual is such a villain. I can't even describe it. They're so heinous, so corrupt, so evil. They're the worst person I'm going to talk about today. And it is none other than Mrs. Robinson from Gumball. Now, if I'm being honest there, there's a lot of terrible people in Elmore. Miss Simeon, the evil turtle, Sal Left Thumb.
They don't compare.
He was out here threatening people with a spoon. Elmore's had its fair share of delinquents. But Mrs.
None
Robinson,
of them compare.
Holy shit, she's evil.
All of the other people you just mentioned had some reason for their aggravation. The turtle was just a mom. Granted, the turtle was still evil, but it was a dangerous animal. That makes sense, right?
Well,
the thief is a thief. Obviously, he just wants money. He has not physically harmed anyone in the show. He just ties them up and robs them.
Also, Miss Simeon, she's just trying to do the best she can. Like, she's not a monster.
She's just a troll for real. And yeah, she does sometimes abuse her students, but at the same time, she's just the archetype of being a harsh teacher.
No,
she has at least motive for what she does, and she has a kind heart sometimes.
She used her salary to buy laptops for her kids.
Yeah, and even back then, it's like she somewhat had motive for why she was the way that she was, because she's just one of those old cranky, oh, you kids these days, you're all nothing but trouble. This, and that. No, she's doing this for the love of the game. No ulterior motive at all, other than the fact that it gives her pleasure to cause others pain.
Ooh, she has no ounce of humanity in her. She's the devil incarnate. And don't let her smile fool you. She's sick. And in the episode The Wicked, all the evidence is there that you need to know that she's just disgusting. First off, she gives Gumbo and Darwin food to feed squirrels that's laced with coffee that turns them straight out rabid. And these squirrels, they killed the corn on the cob guy. He's dead here. She practically just killed him. It's murder. She tried to run over Gumbo and Darwin, had a whole song dedicated to spreading evil across Elmore, with her liking the smell of garbage, cutting people's flowers, getting people to fight, stealing the guy's wallet, adjusting the speed limit so people can crash their cars into each other. And I'm
not gonna lie, you see a sign say 800 miles per hour, you deserve to crash. If you actively adhere to that message, you deserve to crash. Because what inside you tempts you to drive 800 miles per hour? Even if you could reach that speed, why would you attempt to do it?
No.
Bro, just one wrong turn going at the highest speed can end your life because of the car can't handle that speed.
No, it will just like, wait, it will.
Yes. No.
I mean, it's literally, like, I'm not joking here. She drank the tears of a child. And even after seeing all of this, Darwin somehow still thought that he could convince her to be good. Fam, are you delusional or something? Are you stupid, bruv? So with his attempts to do so, she went ahead to go sabotage people's babies by swapping their name tags. And Darwin made himself an experiment.
Just low-key, like, come on now. How are you that dumb to fall for that?
Okay, also,
mind you, you saw the baby after you gave birth to it. They didn't just take the baby immediately after you gave birth. Y'all both saw it with your own eyes, and they just swapped the name tags. Oh, like, oh, just conveniently the child that I named mine is right next to the one over here, and this one over here is. Come on now, y'all low-key, y'all dumb for that. If I look at it retrospectively, how do y'all not?
One baby was a corn on the cob, one was bacon.
I mean, I get the reason, I get the obvious joke, like, you slept with my wife. No, you slept with mine too. Like, that's what, but like, be serious. Y'all both saw the baby once the baby came out. And y'all proceeded to let them take it to the room with all the other babies in it. Y'all know what the heck that baby looks like because y'all saw it when they popped it out and cut off the umbilical cord or whatever. Y'all know what it looks like, and y'all know what its name is. So, and like, it was right next to your baby as well. Why the heck could you not put two and two together that, oh, the name is swapped? Like, we named our kid Peter, not Jamal. You know what I mean?
By choking on the toy, and you want to know what she did? Nothing! She just watched him slowly look like he was about to die. She didn't care. If I'm being for real here, she wanted him to die. And on top of that, she even threw the toy into his mouth. So she again almost killed someone. You see this? She's mad. So after being a subject to her torture, Darwin finally realized she's dead off some maniac. So him and Gumbo go ahead to expose her and want to get her caught by the feds. Because why not? They want justice. And this just resulted in absolute carnage. She steals the car they set up and just starts driving through the mall at high speed, messing everything up, definitely causing hundreds in property damage, and she almost got away scot-free again. Almost because, you know, she got
the biggest karma in all of history. I wish he would play the entire clip, but I know he's not.
Blown up into the sky. But you know, I'm counting that because it almost happened. This woman has always been a malevolent being. Gumbo and Darwin were looking for her child in photos, and she was always next to something mad going on.
That was hilarious.
Fire at the school. Going on a boat with her brother. Her brother's drowning. Baby photos of how she was a cute kid. She was pulling the head of a teddy bear. I mean, she's such a fiend. Mr. Robinson started monologuing, acting like her being evil was always a part of her. And of course he would know, you know, they probably doing the freak every night, man. No. But the point is, this came from Mr. Robertson, who used to take advantage and to piss out Gumbo and Darwin several times. He's a bad person. I mean, he's hilarious sometimes, but still, most of the time he comes off as an asshole. It's no wonder why he's married to Miss Robertson. She's the devil. And it gets me thinking, how did Rocky come from this family? His parents are evil. It would have made more sense if he was adopted. He's definitely adopted. Miss Robinson is the definition of pure evil. She has no motive. Comparing this to the other two people I've spoken about in this video, as stupid as their reasoning behind why they became evil is, from just being delusional about a girl not wanting you, to just not being able to take rejection at all, Mrs. Robinson is bad for no reason. She just wants to see people suffer, regardless of what happens to them. She don't care. It's her form of happiness. And that's what makes her the worst person I've mentioned. She's horrible, man. How can someone be like this? She's a menace. And if I ever encounter Mrs. Robinson, well, she better pray I never find her, fam. Because when I do, I'm running away, man. I'm not risking it. But yeah, these were again some more crash outs I wanted to speak about today. If you might got any more disagree with the people I mentioned in this video, write down in the comments below. I love you, man. I hope you have a blessed day. And one more thing. Yo, Mr. Robinson's first name is Gaylord. What the fuck?
Okay, that's stupid.
I feel like they just did it for the joke.
It's not even a joke. I just think it's like one of those old-timey names. Like, you know how they call dudes named... Yeah, obviously. Like, it's just one of those old names that like back then was common, but like now it's like people... And again, it's just a name. Come on now. Like, we still call Robin Dick Grayson, and don't think about it that much. Obviously, you know the joke's there, but we don't pay it that much mind. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that was it for this one, bro. Some of like the most pettiest humans alive. A man that quite literally murdered, sacrificed humanity to get a get back. One that went on a superhero genocide spree because he got rejected once. If not once, maybe twice. And someone that's doing it for the love of the game. Hey, just stay away from these people. Let's be lucky they're in animated form, because they need to not be here. No, hey, hope you have a good day and God bless.
Yeah, boy.